Controversies and unrest have been linked to each religious faith in the world. But within the walls of the powerful Vatican enclave, many secrets are hidden. Some incidents have surfaced, creating global turmoil. In the heart of Rome lies the Vatican, a sovereign enclave within the Italian state. Subscribe to the channel and activate the bell to join the community of the faithful. Born on a modest elevation known as Vatican Hill, it extends to the borders of Monte Mario to the north and Gianicolo to the south, on the right bank of the Tiber. With the ratification of the Lateran Pacts between the Church and Italy, the Vatican was established in 1929 as an autonomous nation led by the Pope. It is the smallest state in the world, with an area of only 440,000 square meters and a population of just 453 individuals. This imposing city, both historic and spiritual, is as powerful as it is sacred, and its influence must not be underestimated despite its small size and sparse population. For a long time it has been suspected that dark mysteries are kept within its walls, and today I will narrate some of them. In 1897 AD, the Catholic Church posthumously prosecuted a deceased man, known as the Synod of the Dead. This judgment, conducted on Pope Formosus by Pope Stephen VI, accused Formosus, already dead for 7 months, of having usurped the papacy. His body was exhumed, dressed in sacred vestments, and brought to trial. A deacon was appointed to represent the deceased pope. In the end, Formosus was declared guilty, and all his papal acts annulled. Like the video to support our work, it's free. Thank you very much. His body was stripped, mutilated, and thrown into the Tiber, where the ancient Romans disposed of their criminals. This scandalous event sparked a popular uprising in Rome, leading to the capture and murder of Pope Stephen VI by strangulation in 897. Contrary to popular belief that exorcisms are confined to horror films, this practice is still alive and practiced by the Catholic Church. Father Gabriele Amorth, a deceased priest, was the chief exorcist of the Vatican, having served for 60 years and conducted about 160,000 exorcisms. The rite has also been performed by various popes over the years, and in 2018, the BBC reported that the Vatican organized an annual seminar for about 250 priests worldwide, as it is believed that demonic possessions have increased in recent years. Pope Francis has even advised people to consult an exorcist in case of spiritual disturbances, and it is suspected that he himself has conducted exorcisms, like a public one in 2013. The secrets of Fatima are 3 revelations made by the Virgin Mary to 3 young shepherds in the vicinity of Fatima, Portugal, between May 13th and October 13th, 1917. Have you already seen the video on the secrets of Fatima? Write it in the comments and interact with the community on the topic. The Church, which officially recognized the events of Fatima as miraculous in 1930, considers the 3 secrets as parts of a single great revelation. Sister Lucia, one of the visionaries, divided the revelation into 3 parts, the third of which was delivered to the Bishop of Leiria in 1944 and revealed only in 2000 at the behest of Pope John Paul II. The first part concerns a vision of hell, the second refers to World War II, and the third is the subject of extensive debate for its symbolism and open interpretations. Despite the first part showing a vision of hell and the second anticipating World War II, the third part, which speaks of a failed assassination attempt on the Pope, seems to have a broader meaning, concerning the entire humanity and the moral direction of the world. However, many believe that the full text of this third part has not been completely revealed, and that the Vatican maintains further details secret. Another dark secret of the Vatican is its involvement with the Nazis. It is no mystery that the Vatican remained silent while Hitler and his Nazi army committed crimes against humanity and atrocities during World War II, ignoring the persecution of the Jews. At the end of the war, when the Nazis were defeated, the Vatican provided thousands of Nazi war criminals with safe escape routes to South America through routes known as the rat lines. This system was not completely organized, but rather a collaboration between various institutions to help the Nazis escape and avoid justice. According to Harvard researcher Gerald Steinach, thousands of Nazis fled Europe with the help of the Catholic Church. However, the Vatican has not commented on such claims. In 1994, for the first time, a pope spoke clearly about the role of the Rwandan Catholic Church during the genocide in Rwanda, a country in Central Africa. During this extermination, planned by a regime of Hutu extremists, over 1 million people were massacred. During the genocide, some priests and nuns were complicit, and some actively participated in the massacres. The relations between the Vatican and Rwanda have gone through periods of tension and attempts at reconciliation. In 2016, the local church asked for forgiveness for the Christians involved in the genocide, eliciting mixed reactions. Pope Francis, in 2017, met with the Rwandan president, expressing deep sorrow for the genocide and renewing the request for forgiveness to God for the sins and failings of the church and its members. The Book of Spells of Satan, also known as the Grand Grimoire, is considered the most dangerous spellbook in human history, and is believed to be kept in the secret archives of the Vatican. It is said to have been written by Honorius of Thebes in 1522 and discovered in the tomb of King Solomon. According to legend, the book, written in Biblical Hebrew and Aramaic, contains instructions for creating magical talismans, amulets, and describes various demons and rituals to evoke them. Many believe that the available copies are false or altered, but the originals are still under the custody of the Catholic Church. In the center of St. Peter's Square stands the Egyptian obelisk, a monument taken from Egypt by the ancient Romans, and ironically placed in the heart of the city of Christianity. This obelisk, over 4,500 years old, is older than the city of Rome itself, and is traditionally known as Caligula's obelisk. It was moved to its position, remaining the only standing obelisk from the era of the ancient Romans. Its exact origin is unknown, but its presence in St. Peter's Square is seen by many as symbolic and disconcerting. The Apostolic Penitentiary is a secret tribunal of the Vatican that investigates particularly grave crimes committed within the Vatican City. It is believed to have been founded in 1179 and remained hidden until 2009. Only the Pope can grant absolution to the subjects tried in this tribunal. Crimes handled include the attempt to assassinate the Pope, a priest who reveals confessed sins or the identity of a penitent, abortion, and even acts like spitting on a host during communion. The Pope or a cardinal acting on his behalf presides as the major penitentiary. Hearings are held in secret, with identities protected, and the confidential nature of these proceedings means that details of the offenses and sentences are often unknown to the public. Finally, the theme of sexual abuse within the Church has become public domain through films, books, and journalistic investigations. Reports from various countries have revealed the extensive scope of this problem. For example, the Australian Royal Commission found that 7% of Australian Catholic priests were accused of abuse between 1950 and 2010. In Ireland, the Ryan Commission documented testimonies of violence in church institutions from the 1940s to the 1980s. These scandals have severely damaged the Church's reputation, aggravated by a lack of transparency and cover-up attempts. The turning point came with Pope Francis, who declared that complaints and internal procedures related to abuse of minors will no longer be covered by the pontifical secret. This has shifted the focus from the aggressor to the victim, allowing better access to evidence during investigations and facilitating a path of justice and healing for the victims. This decision is seen as a fundamental step towards reconciliation and accountability within the Church.